Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here. I'm gonna be pretty honest. I did a really long hike yesterday and I'm absolutely exhausted, so I thought I'd just show you guys one of the dangerous parts of the ridge where I am hanging about 1,000 feet over with no ropes or anything. It made it for a pretty spectacular view. If you guys want to see more content like this, don't forget to check out my outdoor channel where I go over how I do these intros for the videos for you guys. But today we're gonna be talking about how EA has confirmed they are in fact going to be doing a TV show and it's gonna go into production pretty soon. We're gonna go over all of that. We're also gonna go ahead and give out a universal heirloom. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. Picture this: Mirage, shirtless, crying, in slow motion. On Netflix, while Loba brews in the background and Revenant rips someone's spine out like it's a Pixar short gone rogue. Yeah, this actually might happen. EA is pretty motivated to turn Apex Legends into a film or TV series. And no, this isn't like in the past where they've dropped like crude hints saying, oh, can't talk about it due to an NDA, or devs saying they really want to see this. And it isn't just going to be another stories from the Outlands, which would be awesome because when was the last time we got one that was actually meaningful? This is actually legit, and we're talking binge-worthy, possibly live action, hopefully not cringe streaming television. EA has a plan to expand the Apex franchise to Hollywood, and we're going to go ahead and talk about Apex the show. So let's start with the obvious question: why now? Because Apex Legends has never been more stable. Stable like your crypto wallet in 2022, or your ranked MMR when you solo queue with 2 octanes. If you didn't get it, that was sarcasm. I highly recommend it. EA has said that Apex is going to drop about 40% in the next year, but then it also helps their Q1 financials. It's been very all over the place. EA's entertainment president Laura Miley, I probably mispronounced that, told Variety that they're pretty motivated to bring Apex to the big screen or small screen or maybe VR or a TikTok miniseries. We don't know yet. It's EA. They'll probably make a smart fridge version 2 and then charge you $20 every time a new DLC patch for it drops. Or charge you like $20 every time they want to go ahead and do a new promo art for the new season. She says the world of Apex is rich and ripe for adaptation, and honestly, she's not wrong. Apex Legends does have some of the best world building in the shooter genre, especially in the free-to-play battle royale market, but there's a slight problem. Yes, Apex has lore, deep lore, like Star Wars prequel level lore. Revenant killed Loba's parents. Octane blew his legs off for Cloud. Mirage is Mirage. Pathfinder might have been built by someone's evil ex. And EA has been surprisingly good / respawn at drip feeding us the story through cinematic trailers, comics, and voice lines that play mid-gunfight while you're not trying to get third party, or at least they used to. But here's the kicker: they have not done that in a very long time. Now EA wants to package all this story into a streaming series, but let's be honest, will it be Arcane or Resident Evil on Netflix? Because there really isn't an in-between. And there is some good news. Gaming adaptations are finally starting to work. The Last of Us crushed it, at least the first season. I won't talk about the second season. Cyberpunk Edge Runners actually made grown men cry over robots and bad decisions. And Arcane turned League of Legends into an Emmy-winning dopamine grenade. So in theory, Apex could absolutely ride that wave. But Apex isn't League. It's not even Fortnite. And I don't say that in a bad way, but you just have to be honest that those games do have larger audiences. And the fandom has been pretty brutally neglected over the past few years. Need proof? Remember when EA laid off 100 Respawn employees in April? Or when they canceled multiple in-game development projects and Ghost of Titanfall like it was their Toxic X? Oh, and let's not forget the CEO literally said Apex 2.0 is coming after Battlefield 6 drops in late 2025. So you're telling me this franchise is a priority right after literally everything else. Cool. All right, now let's hop into the optimistic timeline. What if, and hear me out, this thing absolutely slaps? The ingredients are there: a giant corporate-run death game in space, a rich ensemble cast full of trauma, sass, and cool robots, giant monsters, underground crime syndicates, robot assassins, space pirates, and a sentient toaster named Pathfinder. You've got buddy cop potential with Crypto and Watson, drama with Revenant and Loba, a potential Breaking Bad arc for Lifeline if they ever tap into her shady family ties, and if EA lets Respawn handle the creative direction instead of, say, outsourcing it to whoever made Anthem, we might actually see something truly special. Just kidding, I guess it was BioWare that made Anthem, which is an EA-owned studio. But BioWare used to be good, and now they're not anymore, and I blame that solely on EA. But an animated stories from the Outland-style episode could be the perfect format. Keep it stylized, fast-paced, and grounded in canon. No need for Tom Holland to play Octane. We've suffered enough. I do love him as Spider-Man, though, just making that perfectly clear. The question, though, is live action or animated? Laura Melee didn't actually confirm if it'll be animated or live action, which could be very terrifying, because live action Mirage, there's a very thin line between funny fan favorite and shirtless cringe lord with a 5-minute monologue about mimosas. Live action Revenant could look amazing. Could also look like a Spirit Halloween version of General Grievous, which he kinda already does. And dear God, don't let Loba's character arc be handled by whoever wrote Riverdale. If we go animated though, think Arcane or Edge Runners quality, we're golden. Apex has the neon-drenched high-contrast art style to make it pop. The animation can even lean into the game's fluid movement and impossible physics. Think wall runs, grapple hooks, and mid-air no-scopes, things that don't translate well when you're filming on a Netflix green screen next to a guy in a Revenant onesie. And let's also talk about timing. Apex is not in its golden age. The best time to have done this series would have been about 2 or 3 years ago. In fact, its player count has continued to be dropping by nearly 2/3 since 2023, and Season 26 just dropped, and while Wildcard Mode and Bangalore's rebirth has injected some fun, the franchise still feels like it's coasting. So while EA might be motivated, the window to capitalize on peak Apex hype is already closing, like a shrinking ring you forgot to outrun because you were looting with Mirage. A show releasing in 2027, that's 3 more seasons of Apex if we're lucky. And the question is, will people still care? Will we even recognize the meta in the game at that point? Or fans that used to play and see it pop up on Netflix and like, oh, I used to love that game, I'll check it out, might be very confused about what the hell an altar is. Will we have to explain to casual viewers that yes, Fuse is canonically Australian and also in space? And no, Crypto isn't just a walking TikTok conspiracy theorist. In conclusion, EA wants to make an Apex Legends show, and despite all the corporate jargon and vague promises, it might actually be kinda awesome. The universe is rich, characters are fan favorites, and if the writing team respects the source material, this could absolutely slap. I'm looking right at you when I say that, Halo writers for the TV show. Do not let them go anywhere near Apex Legends. All that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it. What are your thoughts on an Apex Legends TV show? How would you like it done? And also don't forget to check out my outdoor video in the top left corner where I cover that kind of news on the daily. And until next time everyone, slaying in the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.